All teams playing today wore a custom-designed Nike MLK Day warm-up shirt. They're available on NBAstore.com, and all NBA proceeds will be donated to the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm in the country of Paris. Bonjour.
I love me some Alex Hoopers. Not. Dude.
Rights Museum Legacy Awards in Memphis on this day. Anthony Davis unable to go with a finger sprain. And
this was a real bad loss for Memphis. This was a real bad loss for Memphis. They played pretty good all year. Ken, I love this young kid. Right here.
Oh, give me some.
Jared Jackson Jr.
Boy. I tell you what, Memphis got to start building for the future. They got two terrific players in Marc Gasol and Mike Conley. They got to move them on and start a youth movement.
Now, Memphis been struggling, man. 19-27 coming in, losers of 11 of their last 12.
And you can't be caught in limbo. You can't have a bunch of your two best players are old guys, and you got some young kids.
How about that Jahlil Okafor center today?
Yeah, he looked good. 9 of 11.
20 points and 10
Trying to get it back.
You know, it's a different game, and you know you have to make adjustments if you want to be a good player. You know, the game isn't the power game that Okafor came in with, but he's starting to make some adjustments, get some time with the injury. Show what you know, bro.
Well, and he's playing against Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
20-point win for the Pels, 105-85 as they snap their 2-game losing streak, and that's
let's just give him the max.
17 losses in the last 20 games.
Hey, they lost 17 out of 20.
For the Grizz.
He has a good game, but you want to give him a max deal now.
I didn't give him a max. I said congratulations for fitting in and figure out how to play differently.
They played the Grizzlies.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Let's move on, shall we, to our nation's capital?
Oh, this guy.
David Garibaldi.
It looks like Oliver Miller, right? You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what, hey, give my boy Scott Brooks some love. The Wizards have played the ball.
That's a great painting, that guy who does that every year.
I tell you what, I give credit where credit's due. I thought, when John Wall went out, the Wizards could have quit. They played very well.
Saw Sam Decker with that finish, and then Trevor Ariza.
Like they move the ball better when Mr. Wall's not there.
They've picked it up. They won their 7th game in the last 10 today, sneaking back into that playoff picture in the Eastern Conference.
If they make the playoffs without John Wall, that'll be a good, that'll be interesting. That'll be good for my boy Scotty Brooks.
Ariza out of the corner for 3. And then Bradley Beal.
Man, I tell you what.
Change your pace.
Isaiah Thomas is rolling over in his grave watching these Pistons play.
Oh, John Sally.
Joe Dumars. One of my best friends, Rick Mahorn.
Microwave.
John Sally.
Yeah,
the microwave. Love you, Bennett Johnson.
Dennis Dimbo.
Dennis Rodman.
That was a good one right there.
Good one. John Long.
101-87.
Bob Lanier.
Okay.
The Pistons turn it over 18 times and lost 7 out of 10.
Rasheed Wallace.
Wizards now
Chauncey Billups.
26 after their win over the Pistons. Let's move on, shall we? Sacramento and Brooklyn.
This dude's been on fire, Ernest.
Eastern Conference Player of the Week, D'Angelo Russell.
Been playing great.
Oh, good pass, boy.
Hey, listen, they have played well all season.
He plays at his pace, and this guy has been on fire all year. Good pass, and nice knockdown. I like D'Angelo Russell because he always plays at his pace. He never gets sped up.
I like the fact that he's growing up and matured. He's not snitching anymore.
Come on, man. That was years ago. Swaggy P ain't even in the league no more. Let that go.
Okay, I apologize, D'Angelo. Hey, I hope Spencer Dinwiddie makes the All-Star team. It's going to be close.
Ooh, good pass.
Yeah, and you would take Dinwiddie over D'Angelo Russell?
Because he's been more consistent all year.
It's a close race.
Yeah.
Close race.
So I'll tell you what, man, the Sacramento Kings are a typical young team. They're going to only play good at home. That's a typical young team thing.
Yeah, they shouldn't be losing by 30 like this.
No, they shouldn't be losing by 30, but Shaq, they play totally different at home. They're too young, but they should play better on the road. I like what they're doing, but you can't be just getting beat by 30 on the road.
However, we're still one spot out of 8.
Well,
There's your man Spencer Dinwiddie with a
13,
finish.
2 out of 13.
Brooklyn has won 6 in a row in their gym, 123-94. They beat the Kings. They've won 4 in a row overall. And yes, those are the Brooklyn Nets, who are standing number 6 in the Eastern Conference playoff picture.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. Joe Harris has actually played great all year.
The whole team, man.
And I tell you what, that kid Jared Allen, man, he go for everything. He's the block party waiting to happen.
What I tell you, Ernie, playing hard gets you 45 wins in the NBA with NBA talent.
Yes,
Just playing hard gets you 45 wins.
Got a chance to get in the playoffs for the first time since 2015. That's the last time Brooklyn was there. I understand that you have a shout-out.
Yes, I do.
Do you?
You know, you guys are, and Shaq as well, it has been for a while involved with a lot of the youth programs and youth basketball programs. So, you know, they were like, why don't you guys do an all-star weekend for kids? A basketball tournament. So I was like, all right, the week before, I can't do it all-star weekend, so a week before in Los Angeles, I partnered with AVAC United, and we're going to do a basketball tournament. Best 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders playing in a tournament, coming in. I got my man Gary from AVAC and my man Joe Oro Kotan. Everybody knows him in that world. He's one of those guys who recognizes guys early, helps them put them on good stages and gets them in great camps. So I cannot wait. Do we have a graphic that I've seen? Oh, it's on. Okay.
Well, good for you, Kenny.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
So
go to
AVACHoyas.com.
AVACHoyas.com.
California kids are
We'll have about 250, 300 teams.
Wow.
So, yeah, easily. Yeah.
from all over? Or
Mostly Southern California, Northern California area.
Well, good. That's awesome, man. I love when you work with the kids.
No question.
Will there be a Smith playing in that?
Yes, there will. Lloyd Smith will be playing with the Aim High, because Aim High is powered by Aim High, this tournament. So, yes, he will be playing. Malloy, get your game up, because they're coming at us.
Still
You see how LeBron's son, they see how they come at him? You got to be ready. You see how they come at Shaq's son? We got to be ready.
Do you believe in magic? Do you believe the Magic Hawks highlights will be next?
Yes.
1 and 15.
Yeah, what?
31 and 15 for the Freak. 19th time this season he's had at least 30 points, and the 14th time he's had at least 15 rebounds. Doncic going 18, 11, and 10 for his first triple-double, and as Charles so accurately pointed out earlier, just the second triple-double by a teenager. The other coming by Markelle Fultz of the Sixers last year. So let's talk about Milwaukee, because you're bringing this up. Here's a team now that is number 4 in offensive efficiency, number 1 in defensive efficiency, a team that is 34 and 12, and at home they are 21 and 4. It's a lot to like with this bunch. Is it enough that you see them in the Eastern Conference Final?
I don't like to put ifs behind teams, but they're obviously playing well. But if they can continue to shoot decent and very good from the outside, especially behind the arc, I see them coming out the East. Greek Freak's going to do what he do. Middleton's going to do what he does. But if the others are playing well, playing with that high intensity, and they're shooting the ball well, because, you know, offense is always the key. Defense wins championships. So if they're shooting at a high clip, the answer is yes, they're coming out the East.
They're second in scoring, they're second at field goal percentage, and they're number 1 in rebounds per game.
I try to not act like I know everything on television, because
you just do it off.
A good job of that.
No,
You just do it off television.
No.
What the hell are you talking about?
No, seriously. Like, a lot of guys say stuff like they act like it's gospel. No, it's just your opinion. I have no idea who's coming out of the Eastern Conference. I'm not even gonna lie. I was doing an interview in Philly the other day, and I said I like Philly because let's take Toronto. They got Kawhi. Philadelphia probably got the next 3 best players. You take Milwaukee. Philadelphia probably got the next 3 best players. You take the Celtics after Kyrie. The Celtics the Sixers probably got the 3 best players. So I don't even know. I think all the teams need to make a trade. I truly believe that.
Even Milwaukee.
Even Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee. I think they need one more scorer, because you got the Greek Freak. You got Middleton, who I love, but I think
Brogdon.
I like Brogdon, but I'm saying, he's just a really good player. But they need another player, because I think what's going to happen during the playoffs, what you saw tonight with the Sixers, they started doubling James Harden, and they blew them out. I think at some point in the season, especially in the playoffs, teams are going to start doubling Giannis. So I think but I think Philly need one more shooter also.
Well, I'll put a bow to it. I think that they are the most consistent team in the Eastern Conference with Toronto. So those are the two most consistent teams. So if you go on consistency, and to me, getting to the NBA Finals or getting to the conference final, it doesn't start in October. It doesn't start in January. It doesn't start. It's a collection of all of the months. So you can't turn it on and then, oh, this team got hot. It's not like the NCAA where a team gets hot in March and all of a sudden they can win 6 in a row and win the national championship. This is the NBA where it's a collection of months that lead to your style of play, which leads to confidence, which leads to rhythm, rotations. And those two teams right now in the Eastern Conference have found it.
21 home wins for the Bucks. They had 25 all of last year. Let's wrap up this segment with the Thunder and the Knicks.
Tell you what, boy, that Patrick Ewing is rolling over this.
Man.
Thunder never trailed in this one.
What about Larry Johnson?
Larry Johnson, John Starks.
You know, but the Knicks just got back from London.
Let me just tell you something about the Knicks. They suck in all countries. I don't care if they were in England, London, Paris, France.
Well, London is a city.
I said Paris. See, I said London, England.
I'm just saying.
Hey, man,
said in any country.
Don't try to act like you know Rhodes Scholar.
But I have traveled. I do have a passport. I understand.
What you call him, Chuck? The Rose?
All of a sudden, you're a Rhodes Scholar. Gonna try to make me look dumb on that. I'll punch you in your damn face.
It ain't that hard to make you look dumb.
Non-violent,
He's in the
Chuck.
country of Atlanta
Non-violent.
right now. You're in the country of Atlanta. Don't worry about it.
The country of Atlanta.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't care what the Knicks play, they stink.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Did you use your passport coming from Phoenix?
hopefully you folks at home were able to follow that highlight along
They
on your
wouldn't
own.
watch that highlight, Ernie.
With Paul George scoring 31 and the
Go to the
Knicks.
And they
TSA.
got to put that on Tunes.
The Knicks losing their 9th straight home game.
I came through that.
Jeremy, put that on Tunes.
I went through the duty-free and bought all my stuff.
You're like, why is it not? Why y'all still taxing me? Because you ain't leave the country.
The country of Atlanta.
Still to come, walking in Memphis for the Grizzlies and the Pelicans.
They're trying to make you look dumb on national
Life's dumb on
TV.
Keep on coming.
Make me look dumb on TV. There's gonna be some furniture moving.